Another week, another rivalry matchup. We've got South Summit versus North Summit coming up tonight in Colville over at North Summit. But before any of that, we've got all the coverage and all of the talk going into both of those teams before the big game. It's all coming up right now on the scoreboard. Hey everyone, welcome into the scoreboard. We've got a full show today. We've got South Summit and North Summit. We've got captains. We've got some of the best players in the Summit counties, and it's all coming up in just a little bit. Right now, we're going to start things off over in Camas, where we talk to Caleby Thompson. Hey everyone, right now we are joined by South Summit slot receiver Caleby Thompson. Caleby, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh yeah, of course.
We are super excited for this football season to kick off. Last season you were super talented, and this year is going to be looking like more of the same. How much are you looking forward to this season?
Oh, I'm looking forward to this season. It's going to be awesome. Senior year, big time, just see how it goes.
You were a big part of the offense last year, and so this year, is there a little bit more pressure on you? Is there a little bit more weight on your shoulders as you are going to be starting as a senior? You're going to be moving into maybe more of a leadership position?
There's a little pressure with Kai leaving. We got a younger quarterback coming up, but I don't think that'll be much of a problem. Senior leadership, it's a little bit of a challenge, but it's not bad. So.
What's it been like being under Coach Roof? I know he's been an assistant here. I know he spent time here, but what's it like having him at the helm now?
He's awesome. I love him. He's great support. He brings everyone up, brings everyone together. It's awesome. So.
He's currently like the interim coach, but do you believe that he's going to be the head coach by the end of the season?
Yeah, I can see him being the head coach. He's a good guy.
I know that it's not just football that you play. Are you also planning on coming back for basketball season?
Yes, I am planning on coming back for basketball.
You're going to be a really big part of that team as well. But right now we're talking about football, and we're specifically talking about North Summit. You've got a big game against them in just a couple of days. What is maybe the big thing, maybe one word to describe the rivalry between South Summit and North Summit?
Just a big dogfight. Every year we've played them, it's been close, so that's about it.
You were able to pull out the win last year. Do you think that you're able to pull out the win again this year in terms of stats and matchups? Do you see you being better than them?
Yes, I do. So, yeah.
How so? Where do you see yourself being better than them? Offensively, defensively, special teams, wherever it may be?
Offensively, for sure. We can move the ball pretty good this year. We've got some weapons. Defensively, we're tough too. Our backer core is pretty tough, so I think we'll be pretty good.
What are some of the new faces, some of the new names that South Summit football fans can look forward to?
Bracken Lashley's one of them. He's a quarterback. Defensive side, we got some young corners coming up. They'll be pretty good. And all our linebackers, Maddox Cox, Bodie Moniger, Juan Ramirez, we're pretty set for the season. So.
I know this summer has been kind of a difficult one, jumping in and out of head coaching positions, different people at the top of, the head coaching position. You ended up with Coach Roof, but what has it been like dealing with all of that this summer, and what has the summer been like training-wise for the entire team?
We've had 3 different head coaches, so it's been pretty difficult, but we've been lifting just like every summer, doing 7-on-7s, doing all that stuff. So it's been about the same. It's been a little difficult because just bouncing back and forth from coaches, but it's good. We're still good.
I asked Juan about it just a second ago. This team is very much so a talented team. Last year, you were one of the best teams in the state. Where do you think this team lies this year? Do you think you could be there at the state championship? Do you think you're a semifinals team? Where does this team play in terms of, or in comparison to last year?
We are very talented. I think we can win state this year. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but we have weapons, and if we use them the right way, we can definitely win to a state championship.
You've talked about the weapons a whole lot recently, or just in the last couple of minutes here. What are some of those weapons? What are some of the things that you specifically do super well?
I can catch the ball pretty good. I can run pretty good. Find open windows for the quarterback to throw in. That's some of my weapons, but we have plenty of others too. So.
What's it going to be like competing over in Colville? I know that you guys kind of take turns back and forth over who gets the home field advantage. Is that going to be difficult playing in Colville versus playing here in Camas?
I definitely think the tempo, there'll be a bigger tempo, and it'll be a little nerve-wracking, but I think we'll be good.
One word to describe what you're hoping this 2022 season turns into.
State championship.
Yeah.
That's about it. So.
Kelby Thompson, thank you so much for the opportunity. Really appreciate it. Good luck in the rest of the season. Right now, we are at South Summit High School ahead of a big football game. We're here with Juan Ramirez, a senior at South Summit, the slot receiver as well as the outside linebacker. Juan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We are super excited for this matchup against North Summit in just a couple of days here. What is maybe the number one thing you're looking forward to against North Summit?
Definitely looking to come out with a victory. Last year was a battle, and hopefully this year we come out stronger than they do.
Yeah, I mean, you were able to beat them last year. But every single year, you know, that's a big game. And on top of that, it's going to be in Colville. It's going to be on North Summit's turf. Is that something that you're aware of? Is that something that you are kind of maybe worried about or something that you're thinking about?
I'm not worried, but yeah, it could be challenging because they're home people. They usually talk a lot of trash, so there's their sidelines and everything. So it could be a battle. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
Team itself, how is this team looking? I know you've lost some seniors, but the team is still really solid. Last year, you were one of the best teams in the entire state. How's the team looking this year?
We're looking pretty good. Still got a lot of things to work on, definitely. But so far, so good. We have a couple sophomores starting at varsity on defense and offense, so I'm excited for the season, yep.
For you playing both sides of the ball, what is maybe your favorite thing about playing either side of the ball, be it offense and on defense?
My favorite thing about playing on offense is you get a block, run the ball, do a lot of stuff, and then for defense, being an outside linebacker, you get to read where the ball goes and just hit someone, truck him, you know.
Yeah. How long have you been playing football, actually?
I've been playing football since 5th grade, and I'm a senior now, so.
So you've been at it for a very long time, and you've probably grown to love the game more and more as you've continued to play, I would assume.
Correct. Yep. I love the sport.
With this being your last season, how much do you think you're going to miss this school? How much do you think you're going to miss being able to put on your pads and represent South Summit?
Definitely going to miss it a lot. I mean, the school's great. We're pretty small, but it gives everyone a opportunity to do all types of sports, and putting on the pads for the last time. It's going to be sad, but, you know, hopefully in college something happens.
What's it like now being in the first season under Coach Michael Roof? I mean, he's a very special guy. We got the chance to talk to him a couple of weeks ago. But what has it been like being coached under him?
Yeah, it's great. It's been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot. We've learned that no matter what, you just give it all, and it's been a good experience so far.
Against North Summit, is there anyone on that team specifically that you know is going to be really good? Maybe bring a special player on that team that this team is scouting out right now.
I don't, but I know that they have a good quarterback. But hopefully we could just take them down, and I don't know about their line, but yeah, that's all I know of.
In comparison to last year, where do you think this team stands? Do you think this is a team that can make it to the state semifinals again, or do you think that this team might need a little bit more work over the years?
We could make it to the semifinals again, but it's gonna be challenging. Like I said, we lost a lot of great seniors, so it's gonna be a challenge for our whole team.
Well, Juan, we really appreciate the time. Thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck against North Summit.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey everyone, right now we are joined by South Summit senior JC Rockhill. And JC, we are getting the season started. How are things going right now? How is the team looking?
Team's looking great, honestly. It's all confidence right now, I admit, we had a little bit of a lackluster, because of all the coaching changes and everything. But since then, we've just gelled, and it's been fun. It's been confidence. Feeling the bond, just loving it.
I think one of the big things that's coming into this year is the confidence. How is this team in terms of your confidence? The team, from other players that I've talked to, they're saying that this is going to be a really special team, a team that can compete for the state title. Is that something that you believe as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You always believe that when you go into a season, and like you said, when the other players are confident, you gotta love it. It's infectious too. When they feel it, you start feeling it. Just goes on throughout the season.
This team has been together. I mean, you've been in this program now for a handful of years. This team is kind of changing its culture, I feel like. There's a lot of changes being happened at both the head coaching position as well as new names, new faces coming in every single year. What is something that you're noticing that's different this year than years past?
There's a lot more discipline. Obviously, there's a lot more accountability. We always want to make sure, we always want the young guys to know that, there's going to be some changes coming up and we have to live with it, and I personally love it, honestly. It's a more disciplinary culture, and personally I love it.
What is it about the discipline that makes you happy? Is it something that means that the team is going to be better? You believe that they're going to be more talented because of it? It's going to help you in the long run?
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to help us in the long run, both in season and out of it, of course, because when you get out of the season, you have to deal with school and everything, and with a disciplinary culture like this, it's incredible. You go out of the season and you have a new perspective on everything, and you want to live the best way you can by it.
Do you think that the team is getting closer? The group of seniors are getting closer. All of you were kind of piled up right behind the camera just a couple of minutes ago. Do you think that this team is just continuing to grow, and do you think that's going to help you this season?
Oh yeah, anytime you can grow with your teammates, hang out after practice, or like split a joke every now and then when you're not playing, it's awesome. I personally love this group. I haven't been playing long. I've only been playing since about 8th grade or so. But ever since, I really do feel like they're my brothers out there, and I know they are.
Is it weird knowing that this is your senior year, possibly your last year ever playing football? Is that something that you take into account when you step onto the field every Friday night for the next 10 to 12 weeks?
Yeah, as a senior, you always got to take that into account, that every game you go into, it's going to be it's bound to be your last one, And you always have to go in there with that mentality that you got to make it count, because it's the last one.
Speaking of making a count, speaking of the last one, you've got North Summit in just a couple of days. How much are you looking forward to that crosstown rivalry?
Looking forward to it a lot. I mean, I've played them every year since high school, freshman year, sophomore, junior, and it's awesome. I love going down there because it's just a different vibe every time, honestly. Yeah. It's just that big of a rivalry, and people love it.
Can you tell us kind of about the environment? We've talked about being in Colville, how it is different, how it is louder, things like that. But to you, what is the environment like? What is there electricity in the air when you're playing either in Colville or in Camas against North Summit?
One thing that I can't say about when you go down there, there's a whole lot of intensity. Yeah. It's always intense when you go down there, and whenever you play against them, it's just a different mentality every time. Like, out of every game I've ever played, it's always a different mentality against them.
Is there going to be any new changes, some things with this team, be it the offense or the defense, that you think might surprise North Summit?
Oh, definitely, honestly. There's a few tweaks in here, but I know there's a lot of things that's going to catch them off guard, and with all due respect to them, we're going to come at you, and we're going to come at you hard.
What do you think is maybe one of your most important weapons this season? What are some of the new attributes that this team has now that maybe you guys didn't have like last year or the year before that?
That's a good question. I would definitely say just air it out, As a lineman, I don't really do a lot other than block when it comes to pass protection, but when I get my chance to enforce my ability in the run game at all, I'm going to make it count. Yeah. I'm going to come at you with full head of steam and just lay you out.
Last question for me. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the new quarterback situation. You lost your quarterback last year. You now have a junior quarterback who's played JV for the first couple of years of his high school football career. Where do you see him playing out? Do you think he's going to be able to step up to the occasion, playing at a much higher pace, faster level at the varsity level?
Mm-hmm. Well, first I want to give a shout-out to Kyler Sudwicks, my quarterback from last year. He's a great guy. I love him a lot. But I do want to talk about Brenton Lashley. He's a great guy. I love playing with him, honestly. I always want to have his back no matter what, especially as his guard. No matter what, I want him to know that I have his back, and I know he has mine.
I'm sure you're going to be protecting him all season long. We cannot wait. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, we've gotten our fair share of Wildcats today, but how about the Braves? The North Summit Braves, also a very talented squad, 1-0 as well, and I got the chance to talk to their 4 captains just a couple of days ago. Let's take a look. Hey everyone, right now we're hanging out with 2 of North Summit's seniors on the football team. It's Adrian Chavez and we're also with Walker Wilson Hume. Thank you both so much for being here. We really appreciate it. So we're 1 week into the season. Last Friday got the win. How was that game? How did that first game go? I'll go to Walker first.
It was a hard-fought game. I mean, we played pretty good for our first game. There are always things to work on, but for a first game, I'd say we did pretty good.
Adrian, what were some of those things that you think that Walker's alluding to, just needing to work on? What are some of those things that you'd like to see the team work on?
We just have to have better drives and be consistent going down the field and get 3 yards every play and be consistent.
What were some of those things that you saw? Like were the drives inconsistent? Was the passing not on point? Was the rushing not on point? What were the issues that you saw?
We weren't very consistent. Like, there'd be a great drive, and then we'd go 3 and out. I just think if we have great drives every drive, we'll do a lot better.
Was it weird being out of? Was it weird not being at home? Was it weird playing away for your first game back?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was a little different field, but.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, you have a big game here on your home turf this weekend. It's going to be up against South Summit. How much are you both looking forward to that game?
It's always a fun game. It's probably the game I look forward to most every year.
Yeah.
Yes, likewise. I look forward to that game so much.
So it's going to be a big game. A lot of people are going to be here. We're going to be here, of course. The entire student sections are probably going to be packed. Does that build up the game a little bit? Does it make it exciting? I'm going to go here first and then I'll come back.
Oh, most definitely, it helps. It helps the environment and just gets the mood right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing like hearing the screams.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Yeah. So this place is going to be full of fans and everything, but what can the North Summit, fans look forward to? What does this team have this year that's different than years past?
I'd say for the seniors at least, we all have this. It's like our motto. It's our last ride, so we're just going to give it all every play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just give it all we got. Fire off the ball every time. Just give it all you have.
How is the team looking? How have you what are the things that you like about this team so far? I'm going to go over to Adrian first.
I would have to say how young we are and how they'll grow and they'll build and be better as the years come.
I like how much the classes mesh. It's not seniors separate. It's everyone together working.
In years past, has it been kind of seniors are more exclusive to themselves and then the team isn't as close?
Maybe not when I've been in school, but way back, I'm sure it was. But ever since I've been in school, it's always been pretty good being included.
This team is full of a lot of new faces, a lot of big, high-performance players. Some of the leaders in the statistics were all seniors, it seemed like. What has it been like transitioning a lot of these new faces onto the team?
It's just it's helped us because it gives us more depth, because our school is pretty small, and it just gives us more depth in positions that we need it in.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
When it comes to South Summit, they are a very dominant team. They have beaten you guys in a couple of years past. Is there anything different about this year in terms of the skill talent, or anything like that you think can separate you from years past?
I'd say this year, freshman through senior, we all want it. In years past, the freshmen don't really care about the varsity game, but freshman through senior, we all want to win.
What's the practices like? Are they built up? Are they fun? Are they exciting? Are they, is the camaraderie getting built every single day here on the field?
I would agree. Yeah, I would say yeah. We have to stay focused and have fun at the same time. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into making a solid football team. Right now you're 1-0 and you're facing another team that is 1-0. Their offense is very, very talented. What is this team's defense looking like, and how are you going to be able to stop people like K.L.B. Thompson and people like that?
I'd just say our secondary needs to do their job, and we can get taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like our front line is amazing, and just our secondary needs to step up a little bit more.
Being captains, what are some of the things that you both have learned from your senior year? I know it's very early in the season, but you've had the entire summer to be the faces of the team, to be the captains of the team. What are some of the things that you've learned about yourselves being captains?
I just learned that I can be a good leader, and I can show what it's like to be a good leader and stuff, and I hope I can carry that on throughout years.
I just say I've learned that you have to show it on the field as well as off. You can't just talk yourself up and not do anything. You have to do it out here.
What are people saying outside of the school? What are people saying about the game? Do you know there's going to be a lot of people here?
There always is. It's going to be a fun game, and everyone likes to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always packed. ever since I've been in school, it's always been packed.
Well, we cannot wait for the game. We really appreciate it. Thank you both so much for the time. We will talk to you on Friday. Yeah. Hey everyone, right now we are hanging out with Ian Coyle and Jack Richens. Thank you both so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We've got a big game ahead of us on Friday. How much are you both looking forward to this game?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I love this game. It's my favorite game of the year, so I'm really excited.
I'm very excited as well. Like you said, it's definitely a big game. A lot of fans, so I'm definitely excited for it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that's one of the big things I wanted to ask was there is kind of more people at this game than any other game. This is probably the loudest this football stadium is going to be all year. I mean, considering that the away team and the home team are going to be here. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like our closest game, so we get both sides pretty full.
Yeah.
So.
And does that build any pressure? Does that make you think a little bit more about what's going on? Is it weird to have people who you know are just 5 miles down the street?
I mean, we know some of the kids, but I mean, it definitely changes a lot having more fans here and the noise. It's going to get things more exciting for sure.
Yeah. I was just talking to a couple of your defensive players, and they were specifically talking to me about how much more important it is to build up your leadership early on in the season. Is there anything that both of you have done as captains to kind of change the way that you are around the team or anything like that to be more leaders on this team?
Showing up, showing out, especially in the weight room, kind of showing that you're there to work hard, and I feel like lead by example is probably the best way to lead, I think. So being loud and lead by example.
Yeah.
So.
What about you?
Definitely showing up and working hard. I mean, here at practice, it's always best to work hard. I mean, we're obviously here to have fun and play football, but we want to be able to work hard too.
Yeah, this team is a very talented team. What did it feel like to get the first win just a couple of nights ago?
It felt good. I was super nervous for that game. We're such a young team. I didn't know really what to expect, but we showed up, and I thought we had good discipline, so hopefully we can show that the rest of the season.
Was that something that was interesting, was you weren't really sure because you did lose a lot of seniors last year. There's a lot of new faces on this team, and so was it kind of worrisome to think about all the different probability or things that could have probably happened throughout the game because you didn't really know who was going to be there?
Yeah.
Who's going to show up, I guess?
Yeah. So we had a lot of sophomores stepping up, and they've done really well actually. Because like you said, we've lost a lot of seniors, and we don't have a lot of seniors this year, which makes these younger kids step up, and they've definitely done their job.
Yeah. Against South Summit, I was talking to you a little bit about it, but you're cornerback, so you're going to have to be going up against the Juan Ramirez's, the Caleby Thompsons, and things like that. Is there any built-up pressure, or is it kind of nice knowing that you're going up against the same people that you've been lining up with for the last 4 years?
I kind of know what to expect. They're definitely tough players. We're going to have to be in our A game. They're definitely really good.
How is the team looking, and how much do you think that you can pull out against a team like South Summit, a team that almost won state last year, a team that is full of talent still, a new head coach, a new program, a new culture over there? What are some ways that you think that North Summit gets the edge against South Summit?
You know, it's hard to say really, but I mean, just guts really is what's going to take. It's going to take all of us working together, and since we are younger, it's going to take a lot of that and a lot of leadership. And if we stay healthy, I mean, honestly, if we would have stayed healthy last year, I think we would have had them last year. Injuries are one of the things that gets to our team because we have to go play both ways. So, but I think if we stay healthy and we just work hard, I think it'll be a good game.
That's one thing I wanted to ask you about. Last year, a 9-16 loss, so you were just one possession away from a team that, again, almost won state last year. Does that give you any sort of confidence going into this game, knowing we kind of have their number?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be a close game. It's going to be really physical, like it usually is every year. So that's just something to expect. We know it's going to be coming.
What has Coach Holmes been saying leading up to this game? Is he excited? Is the team excited? Is the school excited? Or what's maybe the adjective for the entire team leading into this game?
I mean, really, it's the game we all look forward to every year. So, I mean, for a year now, it's been in my mind, the whole team's mind. So I think we're all just like ready to go out and hit, honestly.
What is maybe your final score prediction for this game? What are you both expecting in terms of the game to play out? Can we just get a quick final score prediction from each of you?
I'm guessing around 2 touchdowns for both of us. I think it's going to be a super close game within three points, I'm guessing. It's going to be a really close game for sure.
Within a touchdown. I mean, I don't really know what score, but I know it's going to be within a touchdown.
Well, thank you both so much. We really appreciate it, and we'll actually see you guys on Friday night. Thank you both so much. Appreciate the time. Thank you so much for watching the Scoreboard today. Make sure to tune in on Tuesday when we have exclusive coverage of UFC 278, as well as post-game coverage of the big crosstown rivalry between South Summit and North Summit. For everyone over at the Scoreboard, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all on Tuesday.